We're doing this question number 3, okay, of the topic 3 MCQ, which is related to profit and loss appropriation account. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So over here, what do they want us to find out? Loss to be borne by each partner if the loss before interest is 2,500. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay. Where does the profit come? In the profit and loss account. If I'm making a profit and loss account, where will the profit come?
The profit will come in the credit side.
And the loss?
Debit.
Debit side. Interest on loan?
Loan will come on the debit.
Loan will come on the debit or interest on loan will come on the debit?
Interest
on loan.
Interest on loan will come on the debit. So when was the loan given? On 1st of January.
2020.
What is the year end?
2022. 31st March.
31st March. So the year has started on 1st of Jan. Year of end is 31st March. So the loan interest would be for how many months? 3 months. Are you with me?
Yes.
Loan interest would be for 3 months. When was the loan given?
On 1st Jan.
Okay, how much loan was given? Sohan has given a loan of how much?
20,000.
20,000 loan. Mohan has given a loan of how much?
10,000.
Sohan has given a loan of 20,000. Mohan has given a loan of 10,000. What percentage?
6.
Percentage is not given.
Not given, so how much?
6%.
For how many months?
3.
3 months.
So what would be the interest on loan for Sohan? Please calculate.
$300.
Interest on loan is 300 for Sohan and how much for Mohan?
150.
So total is how much? Total loss is how much?
Total loss is
You have
650.
calculator, right?
2,950.
2950. If I close
Yes.
this account 2950, so what I will transfer to appropriation account? From profit and loss account, what goes to the appropriation account?
Appropriation, the interest on loan.
Full thing, right? I will close the account. I will close the profit and loss account. I will close the profit and loss account and I will transfer everything to profit and loss appropriation account. Are you with me?
Yes,
Yes.
miss.
So this is the loss, this is credit, this will go to the debit, right?
Yes, miss.
So this 2950 is going to be distributed between Sohan and Mohan. In what ratio? 2 by 5, 3 by 5. 2 is to 3, 3 is to 2 is to 5 and 3 by 5. Yeah, 2 is to 3. So the amount that would be is 1180 and 1770. Are you with me? I'm giving you time. Please do it. Now with y'all. Tell me what was the question in the fourth sum?
All right.
What was asked in the fourth question, Umaya?
Fourth sum, R and S.
Yeah.
There are three partners and they have a partnership deed
They have a
and they have
partnership deed.
decided, yes, they have a partnership deed. Also,
Okay.
they've already decided according to the partnership deed that their profit and losses will be in the ratio of 5:3:2. So
Okay.
it has to be it has to be like that. They cannot change
Okay.
because of the partnership deed.
Okay.
And then the ratio in which the profits will be appropriated. So the answer is 5:3:2 only because of the partnership deed.
Hmm. Interest on capital is 90/60/30. So what do they want to, what do they want from you? They want the ratio in
They want us
profits will be apportioned.
Yes.
So in what ratio profits will be apportioned?
5:3:2
By
is to 3:2, the B one.
by
Because of the partnership deed.
because the deed is already there.
Yes.
Very next. Zaidan, please
Um,
explain.
yes, miss. Just 1 second, I'm reading.
Tell me.
Just 1 second. Miss, in this in fixed capital method and fluctuating capital method, uh, the transactions other than additional capital and withdrawal of capital are recorded in the capital accounts of the partners.
So when the difference between fixed capital and fluctuating capital method is that whether or not the transactions, okay, in the capital account only the additional capital and withdrawal of capital will be recorded. No, oh, no problem. This is correct. Yeah, sixth one. What is you all have issue in the sixth one, right?
Yes,
so file was not loading after the fifth question.
yes,
So
I
we
downloaded. Yes, I also downloaded the PDF, but it wasn't.
Yeah, tell.
Miss, the assertion A is correct
Okay.
because when additional capital is introduced, uh, the balance may not be equal.
Okay, so what are they saying in the assertion? Fixed capital account balance of a partner may change
May change.
due to additional capital introduced or capital withdrawn. So this is correct. Okay.
Yes, miss.
So that
And
means it
reason is
would
wrong.
either be option A or B. Okay, now reason.
Reason is wrong because it says that under fixed capital method, partners' capital accounts always balance.
So it does not always remain the same.
Yes, miss. So it's the answer is the B.
Answer is B. Arya, you agree with the same?
Yes, miss.
Okay, let's go ahead to the seventh one.
Yes, miss.
Okay. So over here, which of the following is true regarding salary to a partner when the firm maintains fluctuating capital method? So salary to the partner will go in the profit and loss appropriation account on the debit side and partner's capital account credit side. In fluctuating, only one capital account is maintained. So the answer is option D. Yeah?
Yes.
Miss, it can also be C.
No, why C? It's a fluctuating capital account, right?
Yes, miss.
So in fluctuating capital account, you make only one capital account. And that one capital account has everything. So the answer is option D and not C. Okay?
Yes, miss.
See, they have written C, but they have given the answer for D only. You can see this?
Yes, miss.
Debit appropriation account and credit partners capital account. Come on, try to do the eighth one. Yes. So over here, they want us to calculate the ratio in which the profit should be apportioned. Okay. So they, because they want us to calculate the ratio in which the profit would be apportioned. So the ratio is how much? 5 is to 3 is to 2. Books have a net profit of 210,000. As per the terms of partnership deed, that means we already know that the deed is made. If the deed is already made, the ratio in which the profits would be apportioned would be the decided ratio, that is 5 is to 3 is to 2. With me?
Yeah.
Yeah? Let's go ahead.
Yes.
Yes, miss.
Ninth. Now you all will try from 9 to 15th first and then we will discuss. Okay? I'm giving time. Ninth question. Zeta, you're on mute.
Yes, miss.
Explain and tell me how to do this.
Miss, 1,50,000 is
Read the question
Sri
first.
Sarvesh, uh, Sri Niketan, and Sri Nivas are partners of 5 is to 3 is to 2. If Sri Niketan's share of profit at the end of the year is amounted to 1,50,000, what will be Sarvesh's share of profit?
Okay.
So, Miss, 1,50,000 is Sri Niketan's share of profit.
Hmm.
So we will divide that, uh, we will multiply that
First,
into
they're sharing profits in what ratio?
5 raised to 3 raised to 2.
So it is 5 by
5 by 1.
5 by 10, 3 by 10, and 2 by 10. Are you with me?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Then
Then, miss, we will calculate 1,50,000 multiplied by
Sri Niketan share is how much?
1,50,000.
So what would be Sarvesh share?
Uh,
Yeah, tell me how will you calculate Sarvesh's share?
1,50,000 multiplied by 10.
Multiply by 10. Why?
Uh, because there is 3 upon 10.
See, the base is the same.
Yes, miss.
Okay, when you write and when you write what you read, you analyze the question. First technique.
So,
Sri
miss, if
Niketan
we,
share is 3.
yes.
So what would be 5 part of it?
So, miss,
It's
we will add all the ratios. So, 5
not
plus 3
here.
plus
It's
2.
very easy. 3 share denotes 150,000.
Yes, miss.
So what would 5 share? How would we find out 5 share? You cross multiply 1,50,000 into 5 divided by 3. Understand, I have 3 partners. Their profit sharing ratio is 5 is to 3 is to 2. Okay?
Yes, miss.
For 3 shares, Niketan is getting 150,000.
Yes, miss.
So for 5 shares, how much will Srinivas get? The denominator for everything is same, so I will not consider the denominator. Okay?
Yes, miss.
So how much is he getting? Can you calculate and tell me?
Uh,
I hope you're using calculator, right? How much time does it take? Arya, you also calculate and tell me.
2,50,000.
Is that the answer?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Question number 10, Arya, please discuss. Done, right? Transfer to reserves is shown in the profit and loss appropriation account. Is it correct?
That's true. Yes. Yes.
Sorry?
Reserves are shown in profit and loss appropriation.
Transfer to reserve is shown in the profit and loss appropriation account. This is correct. Okay. Reserves is charge against profit. Correct or wrong?
Reserves is no, miss.
Charge against profit is shown where?
Charge
Profit and
against
loss.
Charge against profit is shown in the profit and loss account.
on the
Appropriation
debit
of profits is shown where?
on the profit and loss appropriation account.
On the profit and loss appropriation account. Okay. Do you know the format of profit and loss appropriation account?
Yes, miss.
Can you tell me the format of profit and loss appropriation account? Can you tell me the format of profit and loss appropriation account?
On the debit side, there is appropriation of profit
Where will the profit be coming from?
from the profit and loss account, net profit.
Okay, yeah, profit.
Yeah,
This profit will be after what?
interest on loan.
And
Uh,
Tax.
after interest on loan and rent.
Right.
Yes.
If there is a loss, where would it appear?
On the debit.
Hmm?
On
On
the
the
debit.
debit. So this would come from here.
Yes, miss.
Then,
Then the loss will go on the credit.
no, finish. The profit and loss we brought down. After that, what are the things that comes in the appropriation account?
Then appropriation of
Uh,
profit, or there is
Reserves will
salary. Issue.
And there is over here interest on capital.
Yeah.
to salary.
A and B. So where will this interest on capital go in the partner's capital account?
On the credit.
On the
On
credit.
the credit.
Very good. What else would come in the appropriation account debit?
Uh,
Then
Interest
profit
on
Salary to partner, commission to partner, bonus to partner.
inter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes, miss.
Where will this go?
The credit.
Credit.
Partner's capital
Partner.
account credit side. What would come on the debit side?
Interest on drawings.
By interest on drawings. Where would this appear?
On the debit.
On the debit.
Uh,
Fine.
Credits. Debit side of partner's capital.
Okay. If I close the account and the appropriation credit is more, so I will write the credit on both the sides, right?
Yes, miss.
Yeah.
What I get as a balancing figure over here will be what?
It will be net loss.
This would
Uh,
be net divisible profit. What would it be?
Net divisible profit.
And this is the profit that is divided amongst partners. Okay? In the profit sharing ratio, and even that will be transferred here. I'm just giving a gist of it. We will do this in detail where I'll make you write. But this is the format of appropriation account. There is one more thing that comes in appropriation account, which is distribution of profits. It's a very rare thing. That is transfer to reserves. What is it? Transfer to reserves. Just keep this all in mind. So reserve is charge against the profit. That is wrong thing. Reserve is an appropriation of profit. So this is correct, but the reason is wrong. So which option? Option A. Okay. Now giving you time for 11th and 12th. 11th we will do later because it is related to commission to partner. Tell me the 12th one. Please read.
Following items is not dealt to profit and loss appropriation account.
Okay.
Interest from partners.
Interest on loan is dealt through which account?
It's in the partner profit and loss account and partners capital.
Okay. We want to talk only about profit or loss or appropriation account. Okay. So interest on loan will go to profit and loss account. So this is not dealt through appropriation account.
Yes, miss.
Okay. So the answer is option
No.
A. So rest all is
A.
dealt
Yeah.
with profit and loss appropriation account. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yes, miss.
Go to the 13th one. Zaidan, give me the distinguish between fixed capital account and fluctuating capital account, but the basis should be the credit balance.
Miss, in fixed capital account, the amount of balances will be fixed, it won't fluctuate.
So they have given you a basis.
Credit.
Think about it.
Miss, it means the opening balance, right?
Now understand one thing. Fixed capital account, how many accounts do you make?
Two account.
Two accounts. One is the capital account and one is the
Current.
current account. Capital account will always have what
Current.
balance? Capital account, C for capital, C for credit. Capital account always has what balance?
Opening.
Always has a credit.
Credit.
Capital account will always have which balance?
Credit balance.
Capital account will always have a credit
Credit
balance.
balance.
Are you with me?
Yes, miss.
But when I talk about the current account,
Yes.
the current account can have credit balance and they can have debit balance also. Current account can have any balances. There is no restriction that it should always have a capital on the credit side, the balance on the credit side. So current account can have any balance. It can have a credit balance, debit balance. But capital account always has a credit balance. This means that when you're making the partner's capital account, you will always have balance begin down here and balance close down here. Always. Opening
Yes, miss.
balance same side, closing balance opposite side. But when you're making the current account, you can have balance begin down here also, or you can have balance begin down here also. There's an option. Any balance it can have. Okay? And in
Yes,
the
miss.
current account, closing balance can be on either sides. It depends upon which side is more and which side is less. Giving you time, write the answer for this 13th one. And then do 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Write the answers for it. What is meant by fixed capital account of a partner?
That the opening and the closing capital remains equal unless there is an additional capital that is added.
Additional capital or capital withdrawn. What is meant by fixed capital method?
Fixed capital means that the opening and the closing capital remains equal unless there is an additional capital or the capital is withdrawn.
Fluctuating capital.
It means that the balances of the partners keeps on changing. Then the opening capital will never be equal to the closing capital, and all the
Okay.
adjustments are done in the
Name the
partners
accounts
capital.
which are maintained by the partners when the capital is fixed.
Partners fixed capital account and current account.
Partners capital account only you will mention, okay? Partners
Yes.
capital account, partners current account. Next, distinguish between fixed and fluctuating capital.
Uh, Fixed capital always has a credit balance only, and fluctuating capital can have both credit or debit balance. And for the fixed, again, there are two accounts, that is partners capital account and current account. And in the fluctuating capital, there is only one account, which is the partners capital account.
Okay. When the partner's capital is fixed, where will drawings be recorded?
In the partner's current account on the debit side.
Very good. Come on. Now the 19th question. This is related to opening capital. Calculation of opening capital. Yesterday I taught you, right? Calculation of opening capital. Try this question. Now we are doing this question number 19, which is related to finding the opening capital. Okay. And whenever there is finding opening capital, it is the same structure that it follows. So you all should remember this structure. You all know the format of capital account. A
Yes,
and B
miss.
are partners who share profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2. Can you tell me if the profits will come, which is the place where it is going to be shown? If the profits will come, what is the place where this will be shown?
Credit side.
On the credit side. They maintain fluctuating capital account balances on 31st March. So when I say 31st March, that means it is the closing balance, which would come on the debit side, opening balance, same side, closing balance, opposite side, opening balance on the credit side, closing balance on the debit side. Are you with me? So the
Yes,
balance
miss.
is 160,000 and 140,000. Drawings is how much?
30,000.
30,000. Profit is 90,000. Can you split the profit for me?
54,000 on A
Yeah.
and
How 54,000?
miss, for A it is
50.
54,000.
Sorry, 54,000. And for B?
Yeah, it's 36.
Okay. I'll read over here. As per the partnership deed, interest on capital is how much? 10%. I
Yes, miss.
don't know. Opening capital, interest on capital is 10% on opening capital which had been provided. Calculate the opening capital of the partners given that their profits were 90,000, showing your working clearly. Okay. So this profit is profit before appropriation or after appropriation, that is not mentioned to us properly. When they give you profit directly without mentioning properly, that means this is the profit that is given in the profit and loss account. If you see properly, you have profit and loss account.
Yes, miss.
Am I on this question? Okay, I'll just add a page. You have profit and loss account. In profit and loss account, you have the profits over here. Are you with me? This profit is transferred where? It is transferred to the profit and loss. Which account? This profit is transferred where?
On
Profit and
the
loss appropriation.
appropriation,
Profit and loss appropriation account.
on the credit side.
On the credit side. So because they have mentioned only about profits, that means this profit and loss appropriation account 90,000 is the profits. Yeah. Then you will have interest on capital. And then over here as a balancing figure, you will get the divisible profit which is shared. First understand this.
90,000.
90,000 is not the divisible profit. From the 90,000, you will have to deduct the interest on capital. Then you will get the divisible profit because they have told you that the profit is 90,000. Are you with me?
Yes, miss.
So I don't know the opening capital. I don't know the interest on capital. And I also don't know the share of profits. Do I or I don't? I don't know anything. Are you with me?
Yes, miss.
Okay.
So I don't know anything. In that case, what will I do? I will only do what I know. I just know the total is debit side total is how much?
190,
And over here,
170.
here 190 and here 170. When I don't know two things, it's very easy for me. But when I don't know three things, it's a bit difficult for me. But when I don't know three things, it's very difficult for me. So in that case, I know that my total of the debit is how much? That means the closing capital plus the drawings. It's how much? Total closing capital is 160 plus 140. It becomes how much?
3 lakhs.
Total drawings is 60,000. So this 360,000, this is 360,000, and this 360,000 is a split up of three things. What are the three things? Opening capital
Drawing,
of my two partners, interest on capital, and what? Share of profits.
closing.
Understand? The debit side
Yes, miss.
total is this much. 190, 170. 190, 170. So if I add 190, 170, it becomes how much?
360.
360,000. And from this 360,000, I need to find my opening capital, I need to find my interest on capital, and I need to find my profits. First, this thing should be clear to you. Is this clear?
Yes, miss.
Okay. So that means I'm going to write it over here. You all also write along with me, and then I will wait for you. So I know one thing, opening capital plus interest on capital plus profits. This is the credit side of my partner's capital account. Yeah, this is the
Yes,
credit
miss.
side of the partner's capital account. So I know that the total of all these three is 360,000. Are you with me?
Yes, miss.
I want to calculate opening capital. I don't know. I want to calculate interest on capital, which is 10%. I don't know. I want to calculate profits after interest on capital. I don't know. Do I know?
No, miss.
I don't know two things, it is easy for me. But when I don't know three things, it is difficult for me. Now try to relate both of this and tell me any addition of the two do you know? Do you know the addition of opening capital and interest on capital? Do you know the addition of these both?
Uh, 110.
How
If
110?
we add, 100 will be
That is
opening
100 plus
capital.
10. assumption you are telling me, na?
Yes,
But
miss.
profit you don't know as a percentage. You tell me the amount. Do you know addition of this both as an amount? No. Do you know the addition of this both as an amount?
No, miss.
See over here. Relate.
Miss, can we multiply 90,000?
Yeah, tell me.
Can we divide 90,000 into 10 upon 100?
Do you tell me one thing? If you're making the appropriation account and you do the total of appropriation account, so that means your divisible profit and interest on capital is totaling up to 90,000.
Yes, miss.
90,000, 90,000, and whatever you minus over here after deducting interest on capital, the amount will be distributed between A and B in the ratio of 3:2.
Yes, miss.
Yeah, Arya?
Mm.
Yes, miss.
That means addition of interest on capital and profits is known to you.
Yes, miss.
Interest on capital plus profit together is 90,000. First, try to digest this fact. I'm giving you 2 minutes time. If you have three missing information, you can't do anything. But you know that this 90,000 is made up of two things.
Yeah.
Which two things? Interest
Interest
on
on
capital and the divisible profit. That means interest on capital and the share of profits of A and B. The total of these both is 90,000. The total of this both is 90,000. That means of A and B, whatever you had over here, 360,000 as total. From this, you know that the total of interest on capital and share of profits is 90,000. So can you find out the opening capital? I'll take you over here again. This is 360,000. Yeah? This is total 360,000. I know that the total of this entire thing which is coming from the appropriation account is 90,000. So from 360,000, if I remove 90,000, can I have the
Minus
total of the
it's 2,70,000.
Yes,
2,70,000.
capital is 2,70,000. So now I have got my total opening capital. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. If the total opening capital is 270, I'm now working on totals because here there is a lot of missing information. Opening capital, then interest on capital, and then profits. Are you with me? The total of all these three is 360,000. Are you with me?
Yes, miss.
Yeah.
Then you said that the total of this both I know is 90,000 because I was given the profit for the year from which I had to remove interest on capital. So now I know that from this 360, when I remove 90,000, my total opening capital is 270,000. Are you with me?
Yes. Yes.
Zaidan, are you with me?
Yes, miss.
If my total opening capital is 270,000, now can I calculate interest on capital?
Yes, miss.
How much percent?
10%.
10% is how much?
Uh,
27,000.
Yeah.
Just remove a zero. Okay, so what will be the profit now? Which can be divided. I'm talking about divisible profit. Divisible profit is the profit that can be divided. So from 360,000, you minus 270,000 minus 27,000. What is the divisible profit? Please sit with your calculator, Arya.
I'm with my calculator.
Can you give me the divisible profit?
$63,000.
63,000. So now I know my total divisible profit is how much?
63.
63,000 will be split in what ratio?
2 is to
3.
3 is to 3 is to 2.
Hmm.
37,800.
Sorry?
37,800 for 3 is to 5.
37,800
By 5.
and
And
25,200.
25 to 100.
Very good. Now you can do this 100, 10. First you do up till here. Get the breakup of the profits. Then I will take you ahead. Okay? So once you have
90,000.
calculated, this 270,000 is total. Interest on capital total is 90,000. And this one total is how much? 63,000. And I knew the breakup of this both, correct? Which I split it in the ratio
Yes.
of 3:2. But I want opening capital and interest on capital separately for A and B. So now I can do separately for A and B. Come on. For A, 190,000 minus 37,800 is how much? One 90,000 minus 37,800 is how much?
190. 1 second, miss.
You're on mute.
152,200.
152,200. Very good. So now I know that the total of this both would be 152,200. Are you with me?
Yes, miss.
That means now I know opening capital. This I'm talking only about A. Opening capital plus the interest on capital is totaling up to how much? 152,200. Now I can easily calculate. Interest on capital is 10. So opening capital is 100. So 150 to 200 represents 110. So how much would be 10? Question mark. Cross multiply. Find. Do. Ask. Getting the interest on capital as 13,836. Are you with me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And you know the total interest on capital is how much? 27,000. So you can just minus. Total opening capital is how much? 270,000. So now you get the opening capital for A 152,000 minus 13,836. So the opening capital would become 138,364. Yeah, because this plus this will give you this. And now I know the totals. So I don't need to do cross multiply. I will just do minus 270,000 minus 138,364. So this will become 131,636 and 27,000 minus 13,836. So this will become 13,164 and this is 170,000. So like this I get the breakup of their opening capital also. 138,364, 131,636. This is 13,836 and this is 13,164. Do it and do it once more. I will wait.